Everybody Hates Rand is a Wheel of Time podcast that will contain spoilers for all 14 books. So if you're anti-spoiler, pause this, read all 14 books, and come back. We'll be here, waiting.
Our title is a joke and is meant to be taken as such. In the context of this podcast, everybody refers to us and our cat. You are free to feel however you want about Rand, who is a fictional character. Don't DM us.
The world is a mess, Dark One stretching out his hand. The dragon's reborn, the fire's been fanned, but everybody hates Rand. Everybody hates Rand. Everybody hates Rand.
What does vibe check mean?
Should I ask my teen narc, Gethin?
Yeah. We'll be alive.
Yeah.
Depending on
Instagram
how-
is probably the easiest way to get him. For some reason, he, doesn't text easily. He called me yesterday, and I was like, what's happening? Hell, are you dying? And he was like, no, I just wanted to see if you're the store yet.
Oh my god. Tybalt, just eat your dang food. Tybalt, why do you have to make noise? I know you're a living animal and therefore you make noise, you can't help it. But couldn't you take a leaf out of that movie by John Krasinski where if you make noise you die? What's it called?
The Silent Place? Is that it?
The Quiet Place.
The Quiet-
Quiet,
oh my
a
God.
Quiet Place. My family's obsessed with that movie. As my family becomes obsessed with many movies. That, slowly took over Oh Brother, Where Art Thou in terms of our
Really?
obsession. Well, it's like different types of obsession, but Oh Brother, Where Art Thou was the last movie that our family was deeply obsessed with, and then it was A Quiet Place. Before that, I'd say it was Megamind. It's just been a weird
Jesus
journey.
Christ.
Vibe check. Well, that update will follow depending on...
He has officially seen the message on Instagram.
Tell him it's important.
I told them we are recording EHR at the moment and need you or Dylan, a youth, to explain what a vibe check means. Gavin
I'm
is
just
only
so
4 years
confused.
younger than us.
I know, but it makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
And I know my friends who are 2 to 4 years older than me are all going to be asking me what a vibe check is.
It's okay. That's why you gotta remember the teen narc process.
you gotta have
we
a teen
discussed?
narc. Why don't I have a teen narc? I guess Gethin is sort of my
Yeah, he's not a teen though.
go-to.
He's teen adjacent. He's got brothers still in high school.
Yeah, that's true.
Once Dylan graduates, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. I guess I'll have to rely on my brother, the school administrator.
That's
Perry
true.
told me the other day, he's like, getting a teen narc was actually really good advice. It was extremely funny. I was like, who's your teen narc? And he's like, I'm not gonna snitch on that. It's so funny.
I can't believe we gave good advice to
I
someone.
know. What's the only time that's ever gonna happen?
Yeah, I've never given good advice in my life. Has they responded?
Gavin is typing.
Oh my god, this is taking forever.
Yeah, he's not great at digital communication. It's his one flaw.
How can he be teen adjacent
Well,
and still be...
I feel like I can't talk about Gavin as much as I do
Okay,
on this
we won't
podcast.
talk about Gethin.
I feel like I need to, it's becoming ridiculous.
We can talk about Devin instead.
Hi, Devin.
Hi,
I know you're
Devin.
listening now.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Pretty
Devin is
wow.
quoting us to us.
Yeah, that was scary. He said something you said, and I was like, where have I heard that? I was
I have
like,
no memory of this place.
yeah, I never have any memory of this place. Because seriously, it's like short-term memory.
At least it was one of my more, poetic,
It was a very poetic
well-constructed
thing to say.
sentence. Is
Yeah.
unlike that one.
That sentence was fine. You just stumbled a little bit in the execution of it.
Lost it in the 10-yard line or whatever.
You're so good at coordinating jewelry.
Thank you.
You have very cute little pearl earrings in, and your little cute Tiffany necklace.
Yeah.
It's very adorable.
Oh my god, he stopped typing and now he's typing again. This is becoming
I'm
ridiculous.
so mad at him.
Anyway, it's officially tea season. I mean, tea season is all the time, but now it's the season where I'm I cannot get enough tea in my rotting human body.
It's not the season where tea feels good. Like, you're like, oh, I'd really like to come home and drink some tea. Back when I lived in New York and was walking dogs for most of my life, nothing felt better than coming home and like, having a warm shower on a really cold day and drinking tea and just chilling out. It was just so nice. I really still, like, have fond memories of that. The dog walking in blizzards, though, sucked.
Yeah, I was always so worried about you. I'd wake up and be like, she's gonna freeze to death out there. It's gonna be like Hatchet.
I didn't. Is the good news I'm still alive.
Is she?
That's, yeah, part of me might have died in New York.
It's International Pronouns Day on the day that we are recording this, so I feel like we should have a check-in. What are your pronouns?
She, fill in the blank, she, her. I know pronouns are very important to everyone, but for me, personally, I do not really care how you refer to me.
Okay.
It's whatever floats your boat, floats my boat.
Would you prefer...
I revel in the ambiguity.
That I mix it up sometimes?
Oh, you can do whatever
And
you
don't
want.
call you she? That's just how I've always known you, but that doesn't mean I have to make an effort.
No one...
Tan France meme with a gun.
Make an effort. With a Glock.
Yeah.
I fucking love that meme. Did you know there's a coffee shop in New Orleans called the French Tuck Coffee? And I was like, scream. They must have watched Queer Eye recently.
We gotta go to NOLA.
I know, we really do.
Okay, get them responded.
Wait, what are your pronouns?
My pronouns are she, her.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah.
Yes. I'm so excited. The anticipation.
He said, according to the Urban Dictionary, it is when a person attempts to check somebody's vibe and murders them in the process.
What?
Which is fake. But then he continues, on a personal and spiritual level, I feel that it means to be in the act of vibing, and someone kills the vibe by bringing up the vibe, ending any vibe energy, and murdering them, so to speak. You know? So make of that what you will.
That had layers upon layers. And I'm no closer to comprehending it than I was when I began.
Well, Teen Narc has failed. This episode of Teen Narc is not as illuminating as other episodes of Teen Narc.
What would the sting for the sitcom Teen Narc be?
The sting?
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know. You're trying to have a moderately successful Wheel of Time podcast, so we need to keep up with the slang. I don't know. That should be fun. That should be our next project. After we make merch, we'll write a comic called Teen Narc.
That would be fun if only one of us could draw.
Devin can draw it. Can Devin draw, or does he just do boy design?
What? What does boy design?
I couldn't tell you. It's just like word vomit. Anyway. I don't know.
I'm gonna hack his Twitter and put boy design in his.
I think I was trying to say, is he a design boy? But I just, like, got crazy there for a second.
Oh my god. He's primarily a designer, but I know that his job just has started transitioning him to being more of an illustrator and doing more drawing, so he just got, like, a new fancy, like,
cool
iPad and drawing kit. But anyway, we also probably know other people who draw.
I was going to say, alternately, Sarah McClintock, do you want to illustrate Teen Narc, the comic book?
Has Gethin provided more context?
No. Julie's talking now. She's providing her analysis of Gethin's definition.
Oh, okay.
I dropped it in the group chat, because that's
Sure,
the only
yeah.
way Gethin responds to me.
Oh. Unless
It's like the
call him.
panopticon social pressure. Other people are looking.
Well, Instagram's freaky, too, because everyone knows when you've seen it.
You can, yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I'm
Also
like,
tells you
just
when you're
because I've
active.
seen it, it doesn't mean I want to talk about it right now.
Yeah, sometimes I need to digest.
Okay, anyway, we've probably been going on for a while, and somewhere in there was an introduction. So this is Everybody Hates Rand, your friendly neighborhood Wheel of Time podcast. I'm Emily Jushaw.
And I am Design Boy.
That's Design Boy. And ironically, our pronouns are she, her.
I'm Sally.
Yeah.
Or something.
So here we are to talk about something that isn't Parent and Fail for the first time in a long time.
It feels good.
Yeah, I feel really
Did you
refreshed.
get off Tumblr? We are recording. We are actively recording.
I was doing fine, multitasking. So rude. It's just hard for me to talk about, like, Terran politics, you know?
Yeah, I don't want to talk
without
about that
multitasking. It's just, like, boring, but it also is, like, relevant because Robert Jordan won't let it become irrelevant throughout the entire series, which is a little bit annoying. Because, like, I get it. You want to do your world-building stuff and have, like, I don't know, a wealth of characters and contexts and cultures in the background. But that doesn't stop it all from being fucking boring.
Well, yeah, and I just think that in the vein of, for some reason, like, epic fantasy, it has become that world building equates to, like, complicated Game of Thrones-esque politics.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about the, like, medieval or medieval adjacent. I know everyone is like, Wheel of Time isn't a medieval fantasy, whatever. Medieval fantasy adjacent. Like, aesthetic that they want everybody to be, like, in the court of King Henry VIII or whatever.
Yeah.
Scheming and murdering each other. And, like, that, of course, still happens in everyday politics. But, like, that isn't probably a huge part of most people's everyday lives. So, like, what else is going on? You know? World building doesn't have to just be the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, like, it's just a little bit ridiculous because most people, if you catch yourself, you're writing your fantasy novel and you catch yourself being like, well, it's just unrealistic that this person would only ever interact with 20 people, which actually is on the high end of things.
Yeah.
10 people. Be like, how many people do I interact with on a daily basis? For me, it's like 3.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people I see, but there are only a few people that really need to be named in the story of my day.
I think mine on average is 5.
Yeah, 5, I'd say.
And one of those is Emily.
Yeah, same.
So.
One of them is Sally, not myself.
One of them is Tybalt, let's be honest. He's the biggest presence in anybody's life.
I'm just saying, yeah, we don't need to know all of the, like, scheming of the nobility here. But of course we do because it's Moiraine talking, and that's, like, her whole shtick.
Yeah, and, like, in that way it's interesting, and her point of view becomes more immersive in that aspect because we are seeing the world portrayed, the world according to Moiraine. Like, this is what she's thinking about, and it makes sense. Like, if you got the same scene from Egg's point of view, she wouldn't be allegedly thinking about these types of things.
Yeah. I mean, Matt never thinks about these things.
Oh my god, Matt has some iconic moments in these
Matt
2
has
chapters.
Some very good moments in these 2 chapters.
Yeah.
God, his sex appeal is off.
I know, when Moiraine is describing his physical appearance and she's just like, I don't know what that is.
He's so slovenly. And I'm just like, sign me the fuck up.
Hey, daddy.
Calling Matt daddy is like entering a whole new level that I'm unprepared for.
Can we call him a zaddy because he's got money?
Is that what that means?
That's what I'm learning on this podcast that I'm listening to. Let's Google it.
What, zaddy? What does the Z stand for? Zillions?
It does now.
Zillionaire daddy? Zaddy?
What does zaddy mean?
Oh no, what will Urban Dictionary say?
This is bustle, first of all.
Sorry, I just figure it's Urban Dictionary whenever it's slang.
The slang term for a really handsome guy who is very appealing and looks really fashionable. It's just a dude. A handsome gentleman with a certain flair, typically an older age.
So like a sophisticated daddy
this
rather
one
than
says
like
it's the level above being a daddy.
The level above being a daddy?
Yeah, it means you've graduated.
What's the level above zaddy?
I don't know.
Fatty?
What?
Like Thaddeus.
Thaddeus Binks from Hocus Pocus or whatever. It's Thackeray Binks, excuse me. What does zaddy mean? Yes, that's the cat.
I love that cat. I think teen boys being transformed into cats is a storyline we as a society haven't explored enough. What? I don't mean that in a kinky way. Gross. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Huh. Well, no conclusive. I do like the, it appears it has, oh, hold on, Merriam-Webster. It appears...
Merriam-Webster!
Yeah. However, there's no indication describing a well-off, like, though perhaps might carry the influence of terms like sugar daddy describing a well-off man who supports or spends lavishly on a partner. A zaddy seems to have that certain je ne sais quoi combining looks, confidence, and charm. I cannot believe this is a full, like, ass article on Merriam-Webster.com. Oh, what we can say conclusively is that zaddy is certainly attractive and fashionable. Whether it has the funds to cover the budgets it's running up, or is just here from dusk till dawn, is yet to be seen.
Well, I don't know if Matt is quite a zaddy because he is, like, the antithesis of fashionable. He's, like,
True.
He takes fashion and just, like, consumes it and spits it out.
But isn't that what, like, fashion, capital F people do? They're like, I'm wearing my shirt inside out because I'm really thinking about clothing.
You're asking me. I don't know shit about fashion.
Get Lee on the phone.
Get Lee. Get Sarah McClintock. All you clothes people.
You're right. Matt isn't fashionable, but he does have a lot of money. So he's somewhere in between the levels.
Daddy and
zaddy.
Well, that leaves most of the alphabet open to us.
It's true. He can
E through Y.
He can be a... What can he be?
I'm horrified.
He can be a zaddy. That's what Matt's gonna be for the time being. Oh, God. This episode has so many gems in it.
He can be a Maddie.
He can be a Maddie. There we go. That's more clever than... Because he is in a realm all to his own, isn't he?
I know. He just occupies a very weird sexual space. I was talking to Devin. He was like... I was like, our special Christmas episode should be that I just make you read all of the moments in Wheel of Time that gave me a sexual awakening without context.
Yeah.
And you'll just weigh in on them. And
that
he was
would
like,
be so good.
I kind of need context. And I was like, no, most of them stand on their own. They're just like Matt catching a knife out of the air or whatever. And I'm like, oh, big horny for that.
Awakened something in me.
It, definitely awakened something in me. A lot of what Matt does awakened things in me when I was younger and still...
Putting the sexual constellation together.
Yeah, it really is. He's like the North Star of my sexual constellation.
Yeah, he really just has so many things that work for me.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Especially his money.
It is nice. Man who's secure.
I read this very interesting article about, whatever, we don't have... This is not... Sally read an interesting article, A Wheel of Time podcast.
It could be. We don't know where we're gonna be 5 books from now.
It's true. Fuck. 5 books from now is what? The 9th one?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that one's called. I haven't read it.
Well, we could look on the back of the Shadow Rising, because me remembering is too complicated.
Because it's the Crown of Swords, and then the Path of Daggers is Winter's Heart.
Yeah, fuck me.
So we will be talking about... Sally read an interesting article.
Yeah, that one's pretty...
Wheel of Time podcast.
That one's not great, I'm just gonna say. Has some great Matt content, though.
Well, that's what I really care about.
Yeah. Okay, anyway,
sorry.
We've talked for 10 minutes about Matt.
Derailing that.
Like usual. So we're in Moiraine's point of view. We are finally now going back to before the earthquake that Rand sets off in the Stone of Tyr because, which she and Egg are, like, wandering into the Stone of Tyr. There's all these nobility around. Moiraine's shorter than all of them. They're all being kind of rude to them because they're Aes Sedai, and Moiraine's like, I will not stand for this. So she's just, like, cutting bitches down with her glares. And the entire time she's like, where the fuck is Lan? And Lan is, like, off being horny for Nynaeve or something like that. Or paying Julian to go babysit Nynaeve.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows where Lan is? And Moiraine's like, oh my god, I'm losing complete control over him. I don't know what to do about that. My control issues are kicking in.
Literal nightmare to not be in control.
Yeah, she's like, ah!
This is a story about control.
Yeah.
My control.
Oh.
Control of what I say. And control of what I do. It's a Janet Jackson song. It was the opening song in Hustlers.
Oh, yeah.
For those of us who are paying attention.
I was paying plenty of attention in Hustlers, just apparently not to the things you were paying attention to.
Yeah, I think we're all paying attention to J-Lo's butt.
To J-Lo's butt?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Woo!
And
okay.
her fun fur coats. I don't believe in fur coats, but I believe in J-Lo and fur coats.
It's really good.
Okay. Anyway.
So Moiraine is like, la-da-da-da, what is Rand, the heck is Rand doing? And then Rand appears with the sword over his dang shoulder and
he's
like...
carrying like a scepter.
Is he? Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what she's like, he's got it in his elbow like a fucking scepter.
What? It's sharp, Rand, you dipshit.
He's like, I'm gonna cut off my own arm to prove how in control I am of myself.
You say that, but...
I know he loses a hand. I made an inappropriate joke about it in one of our episodes.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, when I was like, hand off.
Yeah.
In my defense, I didn't know that he lost a hand at that point.
In your defense, it's completely irrelevant that he loses a hand because the disability politics in these books suck ass.
That's true. We should have a special episode about that.
Yeah, we can do it when Rand loses his hand, which is like in the neighborhood of when Matt loses an eye, I guess. A couple books off.
You should be Matt-cathon for Halloween one year.
Why?
Don't you have an eye patch?
No, not anymore.
Oh, well, I just feel like you kind of have the same aesthetic as him. Long limbs, brown hair, rumpled.
Yeah, I just need to get a good hat. And a spear. Am I right? I would love a spear. Yesterday I walked in carrying a plastic pirate sword, a handsaw, and a roll of dinosaur wrapping paper. Sally did not flinch. Totally.
It seemed pretty normal to me.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
Woo. Anyway, yeah, Rand comes in being his drama queen self. He's got a whole fucking entourage of Aeol who are just like veiled, which means that they're ready to kill.
Yeah.
But it just begs the question of the like conversation that Rand had with them prior to get them to agree to this.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they choose when they veil themselves. Yeah. It shouldn't be Rand's call, especially since he's not like in control of them yet.
Yeah.
Technically, so don't really know where that's coming from. If he was just like, could you guys do me a huge favor? It will be hilarious. And they were like, we'll do anything for the joke.
Yeah, I bet he was like, you guys really want to make them uncomfy.
He was like, Rourke, do you want to make a bunch of these noble people piss their pants? And Rourke was like, I thought you'd never ask.
Like, can you get 100 of your boys to veil? And
Rourke's my
like,
calling.
Lads, we're doing it for the joke.
Lads, it'll be hilarious. Can't wait. Anyway, Rand gets up there and is like, Olo, I have made a decision that the Terran army will be marching, but not to Ilion, as many of you may have anticipated, but to Cairhien on a humanitarian project. And I'm like, yeah, nothing says humanitarian like armed men.
This is literally the joke I was gonna make.
It's so stupid.
Yeah. He's like, you're gonna bring, like, grain and also all of your swords.
Yeah. And also, like, you'll just kill anyone who gets in your way, I guess. We'll just do this.
And Moiraine is like, you dipshit.
Moiraine's like, listen, Rand, it's a laudable idea, but the execution is all wrong.
Terrible.
Also, you're gonna get ripped apart by the Forsaken. And Rand's like, the Forsaken who? And Moiraine's like, well, there's the one that I'm about to murder. In a book and a half from now. There's the one you're about to, enlist in your weird entourage. There's the one, that Nynaeve and Elaine are about to fight. I always think Matt has killed a Forsaken, but then I remember that he hasn't, which is always very upsetting to me.
Yeah, Matt should just murder a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Anyway, so everyone's super disappointed about that, especially because Rand is like, and I'm going to have these 6 dudes or whoever, like, leading the charge, and they're the 6 who are plotting against him. And Marie's like, oh, well, that sucks, because he totally didn't, like, realize that this one woman is really the most dangerous in the entire world, but I guess Rand did know that, because he's like, you're also going to go to this lady, but I'm leaving your ailing husband in the care of your arch rival, which is just like, what the fuck? I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently it's politically savvy, and I don't have the brain power or the willpower to dissect that to see whether it is actually politically savvy.
Yeah.
My suspicion, as with most things, is that it's not.
Yeah, it's just written so that we think it's impressive.
Yeah, which is actually all of Brandon Sanderson's writing style. I know we're not there yet, but that's how he do.
Shit.
Well...
No, I agree with you. Miss Warren and I have been in an 8-month-long battle.
Anyway,
Egg was like, that's really cruel.
yeah, Egg was like, I don't really know what just went down because I am but a naive farm girl, but I have the emotional depth of the ocean, and I just like I pick up on other women's emotions, so I definitely understand that. And Moirane's like, you're such a cliche.
But she's also a lesbian, so
yeah
that's the uncliched thing about her.
And Matt is just like, la da 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 da. Matt did not approve of the idea of them going to war, but it's so good when Rand walks in, he like glares at everyone, and then he and Matt exchange smiles. Mm-hmm. And Maureen's like, oh my god, they look like they're about to pull some mischief. Yeah. And I'm like, it's so odd seeing Matt and Rand's relationship from outside of them. Yeah. Because whenever you view it from either of their perspectives, it's so strange. Yeah. And, like, weird. But apparently they're just, like, grinning at each other because...
lads.
We're lads. And that was my best friend back in the village.
That was my village lad.
Your village boy?
My village boy. My village boy. Anyway, yeah, so Rand is doing maneuvers or whatever.
Yeah, then everyone's like, but you're coming too, aren't you? And he's like, no! And then he stabs the ground.
Yeah, it's so drama.
And does an earthquake, and everyone falls over, which is actually really hilarious, and I wish I could see that depicted visually. Is it like dominoes?
Yeah, like, bink, wee. It's super funny because, like, Egg falls on Moiraine, and she, like, shoves it off.
Moiraine's like, get the fuck off
I will not lose my footing.
Dignity! She's mine!
It's so funny. Yeah, and she's like, as all they were struggling to get to their feet.
And Ael're just like, what?
Ael're like, surfing USA,
yeah,
you know?
They love it. They're
like wee,
they're
again!
Like, great, love it. Partay!
God, I love the Ale so much.
I know, because they're so fucking cool. Anyway, Rand is like, so I'm just leaving this sword as a reminder that I will be back. Because I love threatening you guys. Yeah. And don't try and touch it. Only the worthy ruler will be able to pull the sword from the stone. And everyone was like, wow. Even I understood that.
Even I, a fictional character where Arthur is not a legend, was like, the King Arthur parallel.
Yeah, even Matt, the stupidest person in the room, is like, even I, an illiterate son of a bitch, understood that reference. Yeah.
I've seen The Sword in the Stone
I've
animated
seen The Sword
movie.
in the Stone. I haven't, actually.
It's pretty fun, charming. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, sure. I've read the book that it's based off of, but...
Which one's that?
The Once and Future King.
Didn't you not like that book?
I mean, I didn't love it. It was pretty boring.
King... Oh, God, sorry.
Right in the mic. No, in fact, most books that contain Arthurian legend are incredibly boring.
Yes, I
because
would
they're,
agree.
like, stylistic.
Yeah.
In unfortunate ways, which I think was why I liked King Arthur Legend of the Sword so much, was because it just totally wrecked that stylism. It was just like, no, we're going to be a gangster movie. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, this is a fun new take on Arthur-adjacent mythology. Yeah,
I think, to your point on stylist, like the stylist, oh my god, what am I saying? Stylistically things. Words. The type of people who are, like, attracted to retelling Arthurian legend are a very specific type of people.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Which is fine, if that's your thing. I just am, like, would so much rather read Madeline Miller retell Achilles and Patroclus falling in love in the sand.
There's a really great essay in that book you bought, The Dark Fantastic, about the BBC Merlin and how... Guinevere is a black woman, and it's just, like, a really fascinating essay about just, like, how the show failed her, and how also just, like, how the fans reacted, which was bad, basically, because everyone's racist. Yeah. And I'm like, Guinevere's supposed to be fair, and I'm like, fair means attractive, and that lady is super hot. Yeah. Angel Colby. God, she's a goddess. Yeah. Anyway, so then Rand just, like, dips out again, and Moiraine and Edwene run to catch up with him and are like, what the fuck is happening now? What are you doing? Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, now I am going to Ruidaean. And they're all like,
what?
What? Moiraine's like, you make me so angry. Moiraine's like, every time I see you, I want to murder you because of how angry you make me.
It's an understandable sentiment. Yeah. Although Moiraine is really gross in these chapters about talking about how she had to send Tom away because he had too much influence and Rand needed to listen to her and her alone. Like, she just admits it blatantly. She's like, Rand is mine to control.
Yeah, it's a very, like, it doesn't, like, lend to Moiraine's likability at all. Mm-mm. Much like the longer Swan's on screen, the more you're like, oh, she's the worst.
Yeah, she's a toxic person.
Yeah, the longer Moiraine's on screen, the more I'm like, you know, she has some really incredible moments and, like, is coming from a good place, but she also just has also really horribly terrible missteps.
Yeah, like, the more I think about it, the more I don't think I've ever, like, enjoyed Moiraine as a character. Like, aesthetically and conceptually, I'm really into our tiny, angry Lady Gandalf. But, like, yeah, she's just toxic.
She does things usually unrelated to Rand, and I'm really into that.
Like tackling Lanfear into
Like tackling Lanfear, that was the funniest thing she's ever done. The coolest thing she's ever done. But like in this book, when she's just like, oh, I guess I gotta go to Ruidane.
Yeah, that's
so just like strips down and runs through the desert too. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, Moiraine.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, like she has stuff I can get behind. She's just like kind of shitty too.
Yeah. Wow, women are complex. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is. It is nice to have a ethically gray area woman, because that lot usually goes to men. Mm-hmm. But I'll point out that men who are in ethically gray zones are usually made to be likable, or at least the intent is for them to be likable, whereas ethically gray women usually are not. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I think it's fun that Rosamund Pike will be playing Moiraine, because she portrays the world's most ethically gray area woman in Gone Girl, to my understanding. She also plays a character in Clash of the Titans and Wrath of the Titans.
Oh my god,
my favorite duology of movies.
We should watch them.
Yeah, we should. I think she's in Andromeda. That's what I want to say.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Anyway, it's really cool. And she's like a cool warrior lady. Okay.
You, Rosamund.
Yeah, we should watch them. The last time I watched them was with Weston Wong, my friend from high school.
Oh, Weston. Hope you're well.
I hope you're well, Weston. I had to unfollow you on Twitter because you're so annoying on Twitter. But really cherished our time together in high school.
Brutal. One day Emily's going to say that to me, and I'll be like, I understand.
No, I'm not. He tweeted like 9 times a day.
Sometimes I tweet 9 times.
No, sometimes being the operative word. Tweet like 9 times every day, usually about Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, well, so that's important to some people.
Yeah, it is important to some people. Just know that if you tweet 9 times a day, I either don't follow you or I have stopped following you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just, it's fine.
You can only tweet 9 times a day if it is about Full Metal Alchemist.
No, even then I think I'd get annoyed. What is there to say 9 times a day?
What if you're just like, every hour, like, this is the best show ever made?
Just a reminder.
Just a reminder.
Welcome This Brotherhood is an incredible television
show
and a work of art.
Just tweeted nice pictures of Ford all day.
Of who?
Ford.
Oh, from Critical Role.
Ford, the motor company. Like, look at this fucking truck.
Yeah, that would be pretty upsetting. I forgot what happens. Oh, then we cut to Rand's point of view as they are leaving the Stone of Tyr.
Yeah.
Rand is like, I need to describe to you how casually I am dressed so you know that I'm not, like, trying to lead the procession. Yeah. I'm just riding at the front of the procession, but I'm not in charge or anything.
Stupid. It's so dumb.
I'm like, Rand is just, like, doing these mental gymnastics to keep himself from embracing his leadership roles, and it's just, like, so stupid.
Yeah, you know, like, I get it. When he's like, it's nice to just pretend for a little bit that I don't have the weight of the world on my shoulders, like, I get that. That's a relatable sentiment. Yeah. But when you're doing it in the context of, like, risking 100 people's lives as you take them through a portal stone, it's like, what are you doing?
Rand also does this a lot, so I guess it's a theme we can talk about a lot, where it's like his whole thing is about getting back to being a common person and not being the person with the weight of the world on his shoulders. Like, he a couple times goes out in his, like, disguise kind of thing. It's, like, complicated. We'll get to it, I think, in the later books as it becomes more relevant. But just, like, that is a theme with Rand. And I have not parsed yet whether it has anything interesting to say. But we'll come back to it, I guess. Anyway, Rand is riding alongside Egg, who is there chatting. It's probably the most amiable chat that they have in the entire series. I don't remember. I don't even know what happens. It's
I
just
think
very
they're talking,
casual.
like, reminiscing.
Oh, yeah.
And
Edwin's like, what? Yeah. What's going on with... Why'd you do that? Why do you feel that way about Elaine? What's going on with Elaine?
Yeah.
And Rand's like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, why don't you try and stop her from going? And he's like, why would I? I don't understand. And Edwin's like, men.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is
The stupidest.
toxic heteronormativity.
Yeah, it's so bad.
And Rand's like, she wanted to go. And Elaine's like, you're right, and you would have been terrible to try and stop her, but why didn't you?
This is like Rand being a good partner, actually.
Yeah.
And it's just like, everyone's
like, fuck you.
Everyone's like, you're so bad. You should have more longing and passion. And Rand is like, she told me not to stop her, so I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I'm an effective communicator in this one chapter.
Well, yeah.
Never again.
Never again in my life.
Fuck me if I'm
because
ever a good
everybody was so
again.
negative towards him about it.
Jesus.
Aviend is like, you were so bad to Elaine. And Rand's like, who are you?
Rand's like, what is happening?
We've never talked.
I don't even know who the fuck you are. I'll be sleeping with you a book from now, but who the fuck are you?
Sex igloo. Wink. We're gonna melt that igloo, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think that the thermal energy produced by two people having sexual intercourse is enough to melt an igloo?
It was, first of all,
just checking it.
Second of all, I'm not an idiot.
I guess they are magic.
Yeah. Third of all, Rand, could probably shoot lightning out of his butt. I'm just saying, weird stuff could have happened during that sex scene. We don't know.
Can you imagine he just sets everything on fire every time he comes? Like, he's getting a nice hand job, and it's just like...
No! The poor lady, her poor hand... Or man. Their poor hand.
It doesn't have to come out of his dick.
Oh, the lightning? That's true. For a second, I was like, wait.
He just ejaculates. That's why he's a dragon. Oh my god, I'm so mad. Oh my god.
Okay.
I just need to... do you ever wish you could just scrub your brain? Because that's how I'm feeling right now. The visuals floating around in there are really disastrous. Anyway, then Edwin and Rand are talking about Ruidan or whatever, and Moiraine and Liam come up, and then Matt comes up.
God bless him. He looks so angry.
And Matt's like, I don't even want to be here. Rand's like, Matt, you don't have to come. And Matt's like, no, I do. Mumble, mumble, mumble. And Rand's like, are you sure I'm the one going insane? And Matt's like, I'm saying you just don't have the context. Mm-hmm. Which actually... Yeah.
Think about that one.
Think about that one. Just wrap
Do any
that
of
up.
us have the context? Are we all sharing a constructed context, and that's what we call sanity?
We're getting too deep for me.
Remember how we were just talking about...
No. Fuck you.
Look, I brought it back. Anyway, Matt's like, I hate this. And Rand's like, you can leave. And Moiraine is like,
I know, Moiraine's like, ugh.
No, he can't.
No, he can't. I'm already so mad at you that Perrin left. Oh my god, they're in the Stone of Tear, and Moiraine's like, where's Perrin? And Edwin's like, he's such a rule follower. He's fine. He'll be somewhere else. Yeah. And Moiraine's like, just kidding. He ran away like a princess in the night, going off on a quest.
With an actual princess.
To find himself. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Moiraine's all pissed that Perrin left. She's like, how dare you go back to save the people your families. Oh, wait, Perrin doesn't.
Moiraine's like, I don't have any concept of what it means to value human life, so can't relate to this.
You just have to be doing your shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then everyone's like, how are we even gonna get to Ruidan? It's gonna be so long. And Rand's like, oh, actually, we're gonna get there in like 20 minutes. And everyone's like, how? And he's like, a portal stone. And Moiraine's like, what the fucking? How do you know there's a portal stone? How do you know it's going to get you there? How do you know how to use one? And Miranda's like, well, here's my analysis. And I've taken the time to cite my sources through multiple scopes. I went to a librarian. I double-checked his work in books. I did all of this work. And Maureen's like, you suck at research and everything else, and I hate you. You're not my PhD student anymore. And Maureen's like, okay, Mom, fuck you too. Mm-hmm. But actually, I did a good this time. Mm-hmm. Don't know what you're saying. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, so it should be somewhere in the general vicinity. And Rourke's like,
well, and Land's like,
oh yeah, Land's like, you have this huge resource right behind you. Oh my god, that's what Edwin and Rand are talking about. The ale's looting.
Oh yeah. Edwin's like, why'd you let them do this? And Rand's like, I don't think I could have stopped them.
They are like, we take the 5th of whatever city we take, and we did take the Stone of Tyr, therefore we get a 5th of its stuff. And Rand's like, fuck me, that sounds reasonable, so yeah, fucking go for it.
And I also love his comment. He's like, Rourke did not let them take an ounce more than the 5th.
Yeah.
Because you imagine Rourke, like, looking at everybody's chest.
Rand is like, is that, hey, how much have you taken already?
How many fucking bowls do you have in there?
And Gaul's like, aw, Dad,
let me have this one extra bowl.
Dad, it's for my mom. Wait.
Dad, it's for Perrin.
It's for Perrin. It's a courting gift.
It's a courting gift. And Rourke's like, okay.
Rourke's like, yeah, fine.
Go court your boyfriend.
Anyway, Rourke sends all of the ale out to just go search for this tall rock. And of course, Avienda's the one to find it, so that she and Rand can have a moment. Well,
she also finds the phallus, so to speak, in the rolling hills. So
gross. Didn't think about that.
That's why I'm
super
here.
Gross.
That's what I bring to the podcast. If you missed a phallic symbol, I will tell you.
Anyway, she's like, why are you so mean to it? Rand's like, why do you hate me?
Yeah, which is also, like, bold. Like, who just is like, why do you hate me?
Why don't you like me? Why don't you like me?
It's important that everybody likes me.
It's important that everybody likes me, even though I've literally made myself to be as unlikable as possible on purpose to drive people away.
Yeah.
But I want you to like me because you're a beautiful woman. And because I'm stupid. Mm-hmm. And Avienda's like, you're right, you are stupid. That's why I don't like you. Fuck off.
He's like, shit.
And he's like, oh, shit. Wouldn't it have just been iconic if she was like, I'm a lesbian?
She's like, I want to fuck Edwin.
I want to fuck Edwin.
And he was like, okay.
Oh, yeah, and Moiraine's whole point of view, she's like, yeah, Edwin is obviously pissed because Rand has been canoodling with Elaine. Which is just like, Moiraine's lack of ability to understand human people is just astounding sometimes.
Yeah, for supposedly being our, like, spy master.
Yeah. How funny is it when she is like, it is incredibly difficult to track Makathon.
Yeah. She's like, he's always slipping away from my spies.
Whenever anyone gets too close, he's just like, gone.
Yeah.
Like
zoom,
Roadrunner.
Yeah. Beep, beep.
Beep, beep. Meep, meep. She's like, I haven't bothered keeping tabs on Perrin.
Like, I try. Yeah, Perrin, I always know where he is.
I always know where
he and Phil are always fighting loudly somewhere.
Perrin comes and tells me where he is. He checks in.
I need you to know that I'm going.
Mom, is it okay if I go? Wait. Mom, I'm not going to tell you this time. That was Perrin's master maneuver.
Yeah.
Because he didn't check in with Moiraine.
Yeah.
For the first time in his life.
She's like, I can't believe my baby boy is rebelling. We expected this from Matt, my oldest.
Matt, my most rebellious.
Yeah.
Matt has big middle child energy.
That's true. Rand, my oldest and most petulant. Matt, my middlest and most chaotic child.
Youngest.
Perrin, my sweet baby who's never done anything wrong in his life.
Yep.
Until he's run away.
That tracks. It all tracks. Anyway, everyone groups up around the stone, the portal stone, and Rand is like, okay, I know, I know sort of how this goes, and luckily Rourke is like, it's one of these two symbols. 50-50 either way. And Matt's like, I have a solution. Matt's like, I have a solution that works for 50-50 odds. And Rand's like, what is it? And Matt's like, I'll flip a coin. And Rand's like, sounds good, do it. And Maureen's like, what? What's wrong with you guys?
Edwin's like actively vomiting. Edwin's like, so stupid.
Edwin's like, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
Because you're like, let's flip a coin. And Matt's like, no, it's me. So when I flip a coin, it's special. And Edwin's like, what? I wasn't present at your waking up in Vegas montage.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Matt, you don't tell anybody anything.
But anyway, Matt flips the coin and Rand points to the one he thinks it is. And, ooh, look, they match up. Ta'Viren. So then Rand is like, okay, everyone gather up. And then,
come on, children, it's story time.
Yeah, and then they just go.
Then they zip.
And then they blip. Teleport. They crawl over to the Ale Waste. And that is where we'll pick up next week with my favorite chapters of all time. Well, pretty close.
They're good chapters.
Top 5, perhaps.
They're very good chapters.
Yeah.
We're going to have to talk about the confusing chapter, though.
Which confusing chapter?
About the history and stuff.
Oh, the couple where he's in other people's heads. Yeah, that'll be a rough one.
I'm excited for you to explain it to me.
I don't really know why I explain it.
I'm excited for us to Google things.
Yeah, okay.
We can rely heavily on the Wheel of Time wiki.
I think I understand it more now, definitely, than I did the first time I read it when I was 12, but that's a sort of a given.
You were a very smart 12-year-old, I'm sure.
Wouldn't say so. Anyway, I like your crop top.
Thank you, I bought it yesterday.
I know. It's so cute.
I wasn't sure how I felt about it with this skirt, but I went with it anyway.
No, I like it. It's very cute.
Thank you.
Okay. We do not have too much heavy analysis this time. Sorry.
It'll get pretty heavy probably when we're in Ruideen, because a lot
Ruideen.
is going on there culturally and theoretically. And
Yeah. Yeah, there's not just, like, not much that we haven't covered. Tybalt's been quiet this entire episode, and I'm, like, waiting for the reckoning to begin.
We, like, didn't lock him up.
Yeah, what's
He's
gonna
just
happen?
staring out the window.
It's really, actually disturbing. Yeah, are you ever like, oh my god, my cat could be a serial killer?
Didn't we talk about that feline rear window?
Oh yeah, that has been a thing. Okay. Thank you to Glenna McKenzie for the use of our theme song. Thank you to all of you for listening. Thank you to you.
Oh, thanks!
For being here.
That's so nice.
And co-hosting.
That was so charming.
You're welcome. And that's it from me. Do you have a sign-off?
This is sort of a deep cut throwback, but I was reminded of it when Emily and I went and saw Hustlers last weekend. Because there was an advertisement for a Romeo and Juliet ballet.
Oh, no! No! Don't throw me under the bus like that.
It was both of us. We were both I'm throwing both of us under the bus. When Emily and I were in London, we, like, had this one week where we were, like, really manic and, like, we gotta go see a million plays for some reason. We, like, saw a play with this weird boy on our study abroad. He invited himself. It was very rude.
Oh my god, yeah. What the fuck? What a weird...
Anyway, Emily loves Romeo and Juliet, and we saw an advertisement for it, and so we're like, oh, we should go watch this Romeo and Juliet play. So we buy tickets, and we, like, get all ready to go. And someone else is like, hey, I was looking at that earlier because I wanted to go with you. I think it was the same kid. And he was like, I was going to come with you, but, like, the play's in 2016, I guess, at this point. It was 2015.
Yeah.
It was, like, a full year away from the day that we were going to go see it, where we would not even remotely be in the same city or country or continent. And it was just, like, so funny. It was, like, my favorite thing that ever happened. Emily, did you ever get a refund?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
I don't fucking remember. It was like 5 years ago.
Anyway, it was just really funny.
God, I hope I got a refund. Pretty expensive tickets.
Yeah, anyway.
I also just spent a shit ton of money in London.
I did too. I was like, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
Daddy Warbucks over here.
Yeah, we went to the Globe and we're like, we'll spend all our money here.
Yeah.
We got a manga Hamlet.
It's true. He's very beautiful.
It was so funny. Okay, anyway. Yeah, that was my goldfish
It was
brain
the best.
at work.
Okay, remember to be slutty and don't do war crimes.
Goodbye.